welcome to today's conversation. I have with me today Kalyan Sridhar, Senior Vice President and Country Manager for India for PTC. Sridhar is a successful leader with a proven track record of over 27 years in senior executive roles spanning sales, business development, business operations, and channel sales in the IT industry. Kalyan joined PTC in 2015 and has put PTC India on a very aggressive growth trajectory, buoyed by the very strong portfolio as well as a vibrant market for PTC in India. Today, I'm going to be talking to Sridhar about a very interesting area, which is the augmented reality and the virtual reality technologies and how COVID has brought about a change in the market, in the whole market scenario, and are going to drive and going to push these new technologies into the Indian market. So, welcome, Sridhar.
Thank you very much, Shubhra, and it's always a pleasure to be talking to you.
Great, thanks. Sridhar, now my first question is that the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic has brought about certain changes in the way we live, in the way we interact with people. It has brought about social distancing norms, and we do not expect these social distancing norms to go away at least for some time to come, and they are going to stay that way. At least for the foreseeable future. Now, how do you see is that changing the way businesses interact with their customers, partners, and other stakeholders?
Yeah, I mean, and it's absolutely true, Shubhra. I mean, it's not going to change anytime soon. So one of the things that we've seen is, COVID-19 has actually shown us and the world, something that the industry should already know. I mean, if you look at the manufacturing industry, I mean, they already know some of this, right? I mean, if you look at the traditional supply chains and the manufacturing ecosystems, they're all failing, and we always had a need to shift to a more adaptable, agile solution that is fully digitally enabled. So this COVID, like any other crisis, has merely underlined both the need and the urgency that will likely serve to accelerate that change. So this, in my mind at least, will result in real plans of action rather than just a debate. So to me, this is. While the pandemic itself is something that has caused a lot of strain, I mean, it is something that is going to leapfrog us into the next phase of growth, according to me.
When we're looking at the next phase of growth, what do you think are those technologies that are going to drive that next phase of growth, especially when we are talking about changed market dynamics? What kind of a viable alternative do technologies like ARVR present in such a scenario to support these changing market dynamics? And how do you see COVID-19 changing the demand for ARVR among the Indian enterprises?
Yeah, great question. I mean, in 2020, if you look at it, a lot of the production pain points became breaking points for manufacturers. Their processes and throughput are being tested like never before. But most of these issues were already recognized by the industry, and why were they allowed to persist until this pandemic had to come in and take it to a breaking point is a $1 million question. In most cases, the answer is simply a lack of urgency. I mean, I think the workarounds that were around, I mean, the workarounds were basically trying to fix the immediate issues, which were good enough for the moment. Even as the need for the change was recognized, executives are often overwhelmed by an overflow of options and potential use cases. Now, in today's new normal for manufacturers, there is no more time for technology buzzwords and pilot projects that linger indefinitely, right? So you still need to find the right solution for your challenges, supported by proven results in order to improve throughput today and support tomorrow's unpredictable demands. Your technology investments need to be provable. It needs to be actionable, and it should directly address immediate demands on efficiency, cost, productivity, and utilization, all of which we think is something that is changing the way organizations are looking at industrial IoT, are looking at AR, VR as a potential leapfrog into what could be the new normal, which can leapfrog them into the future.
Have you seen a kind of increase in demand since the pandemic for technologies like AR and VR?
Oh yeah, I mean there is a substantial increase in demand for AR/VR. I mean, and if you look at it, the industrial augmented reality applications, that drive value across the enterprises and throughout the product life cycle. Just as a case in point, so the analysts. Research indicates that today's industrial AR applications provide easy deployment and a rapid return on investment when they are targeted around specific business functions. AR adoption, for example, is driving return on investment in some of these areas. I'm just lining out a few of those areas that we've seen experience, and we're not limited to this. I mean, there are obviously plenty others that are opening up as well. But if you look at manufacturing, it includes the setup, the assembly, the operation, the maintenance of the equipment. All of these are being a core part of what our AR solutions are driving value to our customers on. Let me give you an example. A leading industrial gas, air compressor, dryers, and filter manufacturing company in India has adopted our AR solution to better their manufacturing process, service instruction, and equipment maintenance, all of which has helped them improve their operational efficiency, which is very, very core to what manufacturing looks at, right? So that's one area from a manufacturing standpoint. The second area that we are seeing a massive adoption from an AR VR standpoint is around service. Now, this includes preventive maintenance and repair of faulty equipments. We have a leading medical equipment technology company who used our AR platform to better serve their customers around usage and maintenance of their medical equipments. And this is helping them improve their usage patterns for the customers to understand their products a lot better, as well as preemptive maintenance of their equipment. So the downtime becomes very low. And in this world where medical emergency is of utmost critical, in terms of what we're going through as a pandemic. Also, this has helped them really better their service to their customers, which are patients. The third area that we are seeing a spot in demand is around sales and marketing. Again, this has all become virtual now. I mean, like our interaction right now, which typically would have happened face to face. I mean, now it's virtual. And when I talk about sales and marketing, we are talking about spanning the entire buying process, from early marketing engagement through to post sales and customer success. And this really, puts a spanner in terms of how effective we could be from a sales and marketing standpoint. And ARVR is playing a significant role in that. Let me give you an example here again. A leading Indian auto major. They've used our AR platform for enabling the sales team and the customers to experience. They launched a new automobile, right? And they wanted, first of all, the sales guy is to be trained, because even if it is virtual, you'll need to be able to explain the feature functionalities, right? And of course, the customer to be able to experience some of the key features of the automobile. Even accessories, they were looking at augmenting it on, so that the customer can get a near physical experience virtually. uh, this has helped them really have a continuous engagement with their customers. Again, one small example of how AR is helping in sales and marketing. The last bit, where we are seeing a tremendous boost from an AR use case standpoint, is around training. Now, this covers the entire onboarding, initial skill development of workers across business functions. Now, we've hired quite a few people in our R&D, as well as our sales function, the last 8-9 months. I mean, obviously, we haven't had a physical handover, or on roll for any of these employees, right? So all of this is getting done virtually. Again, this is where we are seeing AR, being a significant enhancer as far as productivity is concerned. Again, we had a leading Indian pump manufacturer who uses our AR platform to deliver training for the service technicians as well as their employees in global location. I mean, they're sitting here in India, in Pune, and offering these training for global employees, for employees in global locations. Now, this has helped them in continuity, business continuity, as well as in ensuring that the workforce efficiency and accuracy is enhanced as well, right? So overall, we are seeing every organization that can benefit from AR, in any of these use cases, and plenty more. I mean, I'm just touching one small portion of what AR is capable of. I haven't even gotten into retail, or into healthcare per se, but really, the I mean, we in conjunction with the UK government, we did the ventilator challenge for the United Kingdom, where they wanted to manufacture ventilators. There again, our AR solution, uh, helped in bringing uh, the expertise of ventilator manufacturers into, let's say, an automobile company to manufacture additional ventilators. So we've got some of these very, very unique use cases that have cropped up, and obviously COVID has really enabled us to get into all of this. Now, that said, while every organization can benefit from AR, there are unique set of challenges, and of course opportunities as well. Some companies may be facing an imminent shortage of skilled workers. Others may have, may service extremely complicated and customized equipments. Still others may have the need to be able to collaborate across multiple continents to propel sales activities forward. So the first step for any organization in getting started with AR is to identify which business challenge and the technology that can help them solve some of these core issues that they are faced with.
So, will it be right to say that COVID has been a kind of a watershed moment marking the transition of these technologies such as AR and VR from experimentation stage to mainstream business adoption?
Let's just step back a bit, right? Now, I spoke a bit about the skill gap that exists in the manufacturing industry. Now, add to that the high cost of training, the aging and retiring workforce, the challenges with traditional training methods. I think gone are the days when people are going to be happy getting stuffed in a classroom for for a certain period of time to get enabled. There are out of date paper instructions, and last but not the least, a negative perception of teenagers not wanting to get into manufacturing as a career option. And these are extremely critical for the manufacturing industry at large to be able to address. Now, to me, uh, this is a challenge which is not owing to COVID. This is a challenge which was always there, right? I mean, we always had some of these challenges where we were finding it very difficult to get the millennials or the teenagers to look at manufacturing as a career option. So we believe AR/VR will be extremely critical in addressing all of the above, in addition to helping organizations improve their operational efficiency, their productivity by making their move into industrial IoT, and that uh, is not a uh, is not owing to COVID. It's a challenge that was already prevalent, that the manufacturing industry was grappling with. Industry 4.0 is here to help them address some of these concerns. Now, COVID has obviously helped us, and help them accelerate this whole thing. Otherwise, they're pretty much going to be out of business.
Do you think these technologies such as AR and VR changing the interactions and market dynamics in some of these industries? How do you think it is going to change the fundamentals of some of the industries?
Uh, well, honestly, it's a new way of addressing some of these the market demands, right? I mean, we believe AR will play a big role in most of the industries, if not all industries, to address some of the key challenges in addition to the new way of working. I talked about worker shortage, for example. World Economic Forum estimates about 10 million jobs within the manufacturing industry not getting filled, owing to a growth of owing to the skill gap. Now, there are risk and cost pressures, which organizations are going through. Right. I mean, there's always a focus on bringing down cost, improving quality, and making it a lot more efficient. Whether it is their internal processes or the way they deal with the customers. Always making it that much more interactive and easier for customers to be able to do business with them. And the digital disruption. That's another challenge that's going to be fundamental for any industry to address. So to me, AR/VR technologies is one of the core aspects which I believe is changing the way the market dynamics and the interactions are happening in some of the industries. I mean, it's already started in a lot of the industries, in some of the industries, and where it hasn't. It's just a question of time before they jump into the bandwagon.
So I want to wrap it up with a question, around what do you see as the future of AR/VR for the enterprises? Any one or two trends that you see emerging, and how is PTC addressing the emerging market trends around these two technologies?
Okay. Again, I mean, I think I covered a lot of this during our chat, but to me, AR unlocks value across the chain, right? I mean, it's not a specific area. Starting from customer service to customer operations to manufacturing and supply chain, to sales and marketing, to engineering, and to the corporate CXO level of an organization. We believe AR has a key role to play, and from a PTC standpoint, we are in pole position right now, to address all of these challenges with our offerings. I mean, we have Faria, which is our AR platform. We have the engine. We have the studio. We have expert capture, which aids organizations to train. We have Chalk, which is a collaboration tool inbuilt for helping customers do after service and preemptive maintenance work and so on and so forth. And of course the ThingWorks platform, which is our industrial IoT platform, which brings it all together, talks about the analytics apart from the platform itself. So to me, we are in pole position to be able to address all of these demands, which in my opinion and in our organization's opinion, it does a lot to unlock the value that organizations need to look at pre-COVID, post-COVID, during COVID, whatever it is.
Thank you so much, Sridhar. It was a pleasure talking to you about AR and VR, and we definitely see that the market dynamics are changing, and AR and VR are really going to be at the core of driving those dynamics. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much, Shipra. The pleasure was all mine.